Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody. Feliz Viernes por mi Latinos, hermanos and hermanas. It's your favorite uncle here. And it is game day. Just pretty much close, though. Texas versus UTEP. And this game is going to be all about Texas more so than it is about UTEP. So we got a tons of Texas topics that I want to talk about, that I want to get into today and set it up as we kind of get into this weekend. Steve Sarkisian spoke to the media yesterday, and so I might touch in on a little bit of that. But yes, as we kind of go through this, what I have called basically the scrimmages, three scrimmages as Texas then has the bye week and then gets ready for Florida. This will be scrimmage number 2 in my book. As it was scrimmage number 1 being San Jose State, scrimmage number 2 being this weekend, and then Sam Houston State the following weekend. Big Boi is going to be on the lawn this weekend performing in concert. I have some thoughts on that as well, some abstract thoughts on that. So anyway, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Thank you for everybody who's already here in the chat as well. Stephanie, of course, my man Nate Dogg is in here. Mark Anthony, I think you changed your name back. Thank God. It's good to see you, Mr. Ruiz. All you guys, Money B's in the house. South End of Queen. Everybody. It'll take too long to get through everybody, but it's good to see that everyone is here. Let me start by recapping. Someone say you look like one of these teachers with the hoodies. You know what it is? I'll be honest with you, Money B. I got to get these kids out the door. I just got to get these kids out the door, and I just throw on anything. Like I'm just like hoodies on. I throw on my hoodie, and then I got to get these kids to school, and then I just start the show. I'll be quite honest with you. It's kind of a cool, like, relaxed feeling anyway. But yeah, I do. And then you know what I'll do? I literally will then go for a walk afterwards. Sometimes I walk before the show. But later, then I walk after the show, and I go for a little walk, and I will sweat in the hoodie, just so I can. In my mind, I'm getting a little bit more cardio that's in. So, any case, good morning to everybody. All right, so Stephanie, we're going to talk about some of those things as well, maybe a little bit later in the show. Let me do a couple of recaps real quick. For those who missed the show earlier this week, it's all right. Unc's got you covered. These were my power rankings that I put out earlier this week. I did a whole show about it. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the show, I'll just recap it for you. If you do get a chance and you just got nothing to do on a Friday, or you're looking to kill some time on your walk or anything like that, feel free to check out any of those previous shows. But I kept LSU at my number 1 spot, followed by Georgia, and of course, Texas there. And again, we'll get into all the games that these teams have this weekend. I moved Oklahoma up. Yes, I got to give respect where respect is due. So I did move Oklahoma up to the 4th spot. They moved up 5 for me, just based off of that Michigan win. We'll see what the next few weeks look like for them. They're going to play Temple this week, so it kind of is what it is. But Oklahoma looking good. South Carolina, the Fighting Shane Beamers were in there. I had to move. If I moved Oklahoma 1 up, I had to move a couple of people down. So I moved the Fighting Shane Beamers down to 5. I moved A&M down to 6. I've kept Tennessee at that 7 spot. I don't know, for some reason, Catch may have thought I had them ranked really low, but no, they kept Tennessee at number 7. I've moved Auburn up to my 8th spot. Do I think Auburn is going to maintain that throughout this year? Probably not. But where I'm ranking them at this moment, that's where I have them. Moved Ole Miss back a little bit. And then, of course, Mississippi State, after that win versus Arizona State, I felt the need that I had to move them up. Will they maintain that? I don't know, but Mississippi State's about to go 3-0 because I'm going to tell you about all the schedules that are going to be happening this upcoming weekend. You followed by Missouri. Vanderbilt, I'll be honest with you, Vanderbilt has an argument, a really good argument, by the way, that's one of these teams I looked at and I said to myself, am I ranking them too low? it's a weird one, but I said, am I ranking them too low? Part of me feels like I might be. Just be quite honest with you. They did beat Virginia Tech. They opened up the season with a win versus Charleston Southern and beat Virginia Tech last week. We'll know more about them this upcoming weekend. There's more. There's definitely more to come with them. So they'll play South Carolina this weekend. I'm going to get into the slate of games that's forthcoming. Alabama is what it is. Y'all know I don't care about Alabama. y'all know I'm about as down on Alabama as down could be. We'll see if they rebound, but I feel like they are just not going to be a program that I need to worry about. Now I say that to be famous last words, right? Someone will do a video record of this and be playing it while they're in the national championship game in December, right? But nonetheless, that's how I feel about Alabama as of September 12th. And then, of course, there's Arkansas that's there. I'm just waiting for them to get some wins under their belt. Kentucky is what it is. And in Florida, as much as I love my Fighting USF Bulls, Florida just, you lost to my Fighting USF Bulls. And if you lose to my Fighting USF Bulls, I'm sorry. I have to rank you as the worst team in the conference. All right. So that means let's get into the games this upcoming weekend for the full slate. I don't know if you guys, man, check this out, boy. Check this out. I said, check this out, boy. I'm sorry, little bit my southern dialect, a little bit of my urbanness slip out there. My kid is going to go to his first UT game. My 7-year-old is going this weekend. I got him tickets, and I actually got him and his mom tickets. And I was like, hey, I'll never have the opportunity really to take him to a UT game. He's been really, really wanting to go. He loves UT. So I got them tickets. And so he's going to attend his first game this upcoming weekend. So that should be really, really cool for him. I'll let y'all know how that goes. We got Alabama versus Wisconsin. Hey, what do you say? Train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it. So don't worry about it. I'll make sure that he grows up as a UT fan. Don't worry about it. Unc's got y'all covered. All right. We got Alabama versus Wisconsin at 11 o'clock. That's actually going to be a really good game. That's a game if Alabama loses that and they are 1-2. Whew. You do not want to be Kalen DeBoer in the state of Alabama if you lose against Wisconsin. You do not want to do that. Oklahoma faces Temple. That kind of is what it is. Auburn faces South Alabama. Again, is what it is. This is the good one, though. Georgia versus Tennessee. Oh, yeah, that's right. And Canelo is fighting Bud this weekend. That should be a good fight as well. It's got a lot of good things going on this weekend, man. This is a fun weekend. Honestly, if you look at the schedule, this is a fun, competitive SEC schedule this upcoming weekend, because these are some good games. Like Georgia versus Tennessee is going to be a crazy good game to watch. I mean, this is one of those games that, even though we know Texas will be playing UTEP, if you're at home, you got your split screen up and you got that Georgia Tennessee game on, because that was going to be interesting. And of course, for me, I always want to watch teams that I know Texas is going to play down the line. Like, I watch games for fun, but I'm also intentional that, okay, if I know Texas is going to play a certain team, I'll sit there and watch them. Georgia versus Tennessee is going to be a really, really good game for me to know which team is kind of like the real team at this moment. You got Missouri versus Lafayette, Louisiana Lafayette. Nobody cares. Texas versus UTEP. We care because, you follow Texas, but we'll probably be one of the few people that actually care about this game. Sorry. Mississippi State versus Alcorn State. Another one. Who cares? But Mississippi State will go 3-0. So good for them. I don't even know how many wins they had last year, but I know what they weren't bowl eligible. So this is a good start for them. Ole Miss versus Arkansas, 6 p.m. at night, is a good one. But we will be watching Texas A&M versus Notre Dame. That's the thing. Like, I'll keep an eye on Ole Miss versus Arkansas, but You know us. We petty. We are petty. And so you know what we're going to be watching. Where is the Vanderbilt? Is the Vanderbilt on the schedule? Oh, it's at the end. Okay, thank you, Sam. I saw you, Sam. You said I was like, I just wanted to make sure it was on there. So our petty asses is going to be watching Texas A&M versus Notre Dame just to see what happens. Let's see if Texas A&M is for real and have they really turned the corner. Kentucky is playing Eastern Michigan. We don't care. This one too. I mean that 6:00 slot, man. Boy, I mean, you just got to hop back and forth to what the best games are because we got LSU versus Florida. LSU, and to me, this could go either way. This could really go either way. And because is this a bounce back game for Florida or is it just the beginning of the end for Florida? I think it's the beginning of the end. And I really felt like they were kind of at the end last year, but Billy Napier kind of pulled that thing out towards the end of last season. But LSU versus Florida, oh, it's going to be good. And again, sneaky good game. Sneaky good game. And I hear you saying, man, sneaky good game, though. South Carolina versus Vanderbilt. That is a low-key good game. If we didn't have A&M versus Notre Dame, I'm probably watching that. If for some reason A&M versus Notre Dame doesn't end up being worth the watch, I'm definitely going to have that South Carolina versus Vanderbilt game on. And it's interesting. South Carolina Vanderbilt is Vanderbilt not ranked? I thought Vanderbilt was ranked. Am I tripping right now? Because this is just the part of me where I thought hold on, let me just go real quick. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing something. Maybe Vanderbilt is not ranked, huh? Well, that's stupid. Oh, I guess you're not supposed to say that word anymore. My kids informed me of that several years ago that I'm not allowed to say that word. So that's dumb. Anyway, South Carolina versus Vanderbilt. I said something like, "Oh man, that's stupid." They're like, "Dad, you can't say that." I was like, "What do you mean I can't say that?" They're like, and then I guess they can't say that in school nowadays. So anyway, but we're older. I'm not in school. I'm a grown ass man. All right, so Texas is playing. I do have the AP poll. Let me just do the which one do I have? The AP poll here real quick. And you can kind of skim through this. Ohio State, they had Texas there at 7, Notre Dame at 8, they have A&M down at 16. Oklahoma obviously is ranked in there at 13. So that was what the AP poll was this past week. And then we had the coaches poll in here as well. Coaches didn't rank Vanderbilt either. That's so fascinating. Huh. But it did have South Florida ranked, and I will definitely take that for my Fighting USF Bull. So that would end up being a coaches poll. All right, so let's do this as we get ready to kind of talk about the game that's forthcoming and upcoming for Texas. I do this every week. It will mean something to y'all in a few more weeks when these are actually real points of comparison. But at this moment, there's not a real point of comparison. But nonetheless, as Lord, woo, I hope. Okay, if you're watching this on a 70-inch or higher, you can see everything here in this point of comparison. God help you if you are watching this damn thing on your phone. You can't see that unless you got young guys like Rodolfo. You cannot see this. But in any case, this is where essentially Texas is ranked in all these rankings versus comparison versus UTEP. Total offense and the passing offense. And UTEP's a team that's going to pass it and throw the ball around a lot. You kind of just kind of go through it, and UTEP, as you can see there, their total defense is ranked 91st in the country. Rushing defense is 51st. Passing yards allowed, they are tied for 114th in the country for passing yards allowed. Means the secondary is really, really bad. scoring defense, turnover margin, all these kind of things. They're not converting on third downs on offense, not at all. They're tied for 107th. So, you can just go down the list of it and just look at like, all right, whatever you may have thought to yourself, okay, how's Texas going to do this? How's Texas going to pull this off? Not how they're going to do, but like what's it going to look like? Not how, but what's it going to look like? And we know that if you're going into this thing seeing like, okay, there's probably going to be like a Hulk smash, more than likely it's going to be a Hulk smash. So that's kind of like a recap and a kind of forward looking thing as relates to that. Yeah, we got to next week, y'all, we got to find a way. We got to find a way that we make that thing bigger, because I like the point of comparison, but that thing is that there's no way. Like y'all couldn't see me at this in the screen because I took myself off. I take my glasses. I was like right here trying to read that thing, and even then I was like, man, I don't even know if I'm seeing this right. UTEP might have been ranked number 1 in all those categories. For all I know, I might be slipping. I might be the best team in the country. But that font was so small, I could not see it, right? We're going to get into the breakups and the matchups and all those kind of things. Hey, but just so y'all know, no matter what, even though it is UTEP, we still going to have a post-game show, which will begin live on this YouTube channel. With about 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's a pretty funny picture of Arch right there. Like it's like a smirk of some sorts. I wonder where they got that one from. Any case, make that you do that, and then they will be watching the staff. Some, I think it's Catch, Chad, Sukamel. They'll be down there at TCH Social watching the game. So they usually have pretty good specials down there. So if you're looking for a place to watch the game, want to get out the house, they got it set up over there. It's kind of like a Vegas setup. I recommended that spot to a couple of people. And they went there for the Ohio State game, and they really liked it. So it's kind of like a Vegas setup when they got all the TVs that are out there. So if you're looking for a place, you want to kind of get out, go out, check out TCH Social. They usually have drink specials, but if you're going to take advantage of the drink specials, you know what Unc's going to tell you. Uber there. Unc ain't trying to bail y'all out. Don't call me, especially if you and Wilco. Don't call me if you get pulled over here on the DUI and Wilco. We'll see your ass on Tuesday. You're going to be there all weekend, dog. All right, hold on. Ruben came in with a super chat. Right? Wilco, you want to get caught up in Wilco. You got a better chance at Travis County. You don't want to get caught up in Wilco. Ruben, my man, Estrada, says, hey, Unc, Theo. So with Wisner out, does Baxter get 100 yards this game or nah? I don't know. Here's the reason why on that. It's a great question, by the way. That's going to be one of my keys. And when I say keys, it's going to be one of the things I'm watching for. For me, I thought Baxter would actually have a badass game last week. I think this would be the game that it could happen for him, right? But I also know that you want to see other guys in there as well. So I don't know how much of a workhorse they're going to be, but this should be a game. It should be a choose your own score, pick your poison kind of game. It really becomes a Sark to say, I want to establish the run this thing and get the hell out of here. Or does he want to say, you know what, I want to establish the pass, and try to do those things? Or, hell, hopefully he can actually do all those things if all goes well. So I don't know what the price line, not price line. I don't know what the prize picks number is. I'll probably take the more of whatever that prize picks number is, but man, the tough part, Ruben, with these kind of games, and you don't know who's going to get the workload and how long he's going to keep guys in. Because that's the thing with Sark right now is he wants to go and get a good lead, but he also doesn't want to play everybody the entire time. So it's a great question. If I had to guess, he probably breaks a couple. So 100 would sound like a pretty reasonable amount, but I don't know. I'll probably go. I hope he does. Gosh, I hope he does. We need somebody to do something. We need somebody to do that. And then, as James Cox says, as a Wilco resident, I can totally confirm that you get pulled over, that means jail. Yo. James knows. James knows. If you ain't not, and listen, if you're not from around these parts, listen, you don't want to mess around in Wilco at all. Those guys over there, they are not playing. You get pulled over there, it's a wrap. You get locked up on a Friday, we will see you on Monday or Tuesday. I don't even think you're getting out. You are not getting out. Don't mess around with Wilco at all. They are not about that. They are not about that messing around thing. All right, so let's do this. Let's get into my 5 keys. And let's talk. And when I say my 5 keys, this isn't really keys to victory. It's technically keys to victory, but think of this more as things that I want to see. I did the same thing last week. It's more of what I want to see. We will have keys to victory. I just didn't want to necessarily just go back and forth. And if y'all try to watch this thing consistently, all those kind of things, I just try to be a little bit more consistent with that one. All right, so this kind of goes to what Ruben was saying. And, as far as like one of my keys to victory, hold on one second. I want to make sure I got something correct. That can't be correct. Hold on one second. All right. So, in any case, one of my, I was like, okay, I saw something. I was like, that could not be correct. All right, we're good. All right. First key, aka thing I want to see. It's kind of a heavy dose of Christian Clark and James Simon. He's like, wait, what about CJ Baxter? Got it. One of the things I'm going to write for Sunday, because I'm already thinking about what I'm going to write for Sunday in the anticipation that this game goes the way that we anticipate it to go. I'm kind of already thinking ahead, is that when you think about this Texas running back room over the past couple of years, really the past 2 seasons, the backup running back has ended up being the number 1 running back at some point in the season. Now, you think about it over 2 seasons ago, you get CJ Baxter gets hurt. And next thing you know, you've got Jonathan Brooks kind of emerging as not CJ Baxter. It was another running back that got hurt. Got to go back to that. But you had Jonathan Brooks. Was it Baxter? I don't know. But Jonathan Brooks ends up being it had to be 2. Jonathan Brooks ends up being your number 1 guy where after that injury occurs, right? You go to last season, you get CJ Baxter hurt, unfortunately, and then Christian Clark gets hurt. Right. And then here is Trey Wisner. Right. And so now I'm not saying that's a trend, but now you have Wisner who's not playing in this game. And so for me, and while it's not a long-term thing as relates to Wisner, for me, now I look at it as whoever these backups are, I need to see those guys. I just need to see them. And I need to know that, God forbid, anything happens and CJ Baxter catches a cold and can't play for 3 weeks, right? God, I don't like to speak like the negative like stuff in the air, right? CJ Baxter, something happens like that. I need to know that the backups, the Christian Clarks of the world, can do it. So I asked Sark about this yesterday on a conference call, and he told me that, hey, you got a really good point. And he said that he does want to see a Christian Clark. He also mentioned a James Simon as well. I did ask him about Jarrett Gibson, and it was interesting because I remembered that last year Sark had Jarrett Gibson walk around campus with a football because of the fumbling problems. And then what happens when he gets the ball last week? Fumbles. And so Sark said, like, hey, it was a really unfortunate thing. It got punched out by a guy that he said was actually used to be on the Texas team. And he was kind of giddy about it because he said, like, hey, he did it the way we taught it. I forget who he mentioned it, who that young man's name was. But so any case, obviously you got to hold on to ball control. I just need to know more from Chris. I just want to see what those guys look like because it's just been such a volatile position here at Texas. Guys always get banged up in that position. So I want to see a little bit more with that. So I want to see a heavy dose of Christian Clark and James Simon. I just want to see what those guys have. Two, listen, I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again this week. I got to get Ryan Wingo involved. Okay, cool with Parker Livingston. That's great. No problem with that. Check the boxes. That's awesome. There needs to be a Batman and Robin on this team. There just needs to be a Batman and Robin. And right now we've got one superhero, and we don't have a co-star right now. And Ryan Wingo entered this season as the guy who was expected to be Batman. That was supposed to be his role. He was Batman. Hell, I don't even know if Parker was supposed to be Robin, because I think DeAndre Moore technically was supposed to be Robin, and then Parker was somewhere in that Green Lantern. Give me a superhero reference. Like, you've got Green Lantern, you're in here, right? This is your wheelhouse. You should know all these things. Your Legion of Doom or whatever it is. Help me out, cartoon guys. And it's great. It's great that Parker's doing fantastic at this moment. That's fantastic. But I gotta see Ryan Wingo, man. I gotta see him, because if Wingo, if this team is not going to go as far as we expect this team to go, if there's not a 1-2 combo, 1-2-3 combo, it's got to be Ryan Wingo. Got to see from him. Now, what's interesting just keep an eye on this too. What's interesting, and y'all know I talked a lot about Dalen McCutcheon in the offseason. I talked about him in the spring. I talked about him in the summer, and of course training camp. If DeAndre Moore can't go because of the concussion, Dalen is going to start. And so keep an absolute eye on that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Somebody got paid. Mark Anthony got paid today. I always know. You can always tell when somebody got paid. Mark Anthony went. He said he saw that direct deposit hit. He like, man, I'm feeling good. Mark Anthony with a 50. Woo. Well, Mark Anthony for 50. We go to what you this is how we do. Here we go. Happy Friday. Thanks for doing what you do. Always happy to support your show. Thank you, Mark. My favorite Latino artist right there. What I've actually seen him in concert twice. Fantastic show if you've never seen it. And here's the thing. You go to like a Mark Anthony show, you don't even have to know all the words in Spanish. You just got to know the vibe, and the vibe is off the chain. You just got to check it out one day. All right. Anyway, what minimum standards and stats would you say be a big win for the offense and defense? Shout out to JB and E Consulting Engineers in Houston, Texas. Yeah. Okay. What minimum standards and stats would you say be a big win for Texas offense and defense? Okay. Well, minimum for me, Arch 300 yards passing. Minimum for me, I need 85 from Wingo. Minimum for me, I would need I want 85 or more from Baxter, but I need a big run in there. Parker, Parker should be I know 100's a lot, but I want Parker to be in that 70-ish range as well. Only because he's already kind of showing me what I need to know about him. So I need a little bit about that. Jack Andrews is a guy that Paulie's not going to play that much. He'll be limited if playing. He'll be limited if he plays. So he's got a small little injury there. So from whoever the tight ends are, I need to see one guy get at least 4 for 50. I know Sandman. Get over. The thing is, Sandman, I just don't know how many rushes he's going to get. I just don't know if they're going to, and I don't know how many opportunities and how many times he's going to touch the ball. They might score on every damn play. That's the only thing. So, I mean, they may take a hitch and the thing goes to the house. That's the only thing, Sandman. Mark, from a defensive standpoint, I need Colin Simmons to have 2 sacks. Another one that it'll be one of my topics in here. That I'll have to actually probably be the next one, Mark. From a team standpoint, 3 penalties. Can we get? I mean, I'd be content with 4 to 5, but I really would like to be cut down to about 3. I need Colin Simmons with about 2 sacks. Would love to see at least 2 turnovers. That'd be a minimum for me. 2 turnovers. Nothing. If UTEP scores more than 10 points, I don't know what the hell we're doing in life. I don't need anything more than 10. That to me is I'm just allowing something crazy to happen. So I would go there, trying to meet, and then we'll like 2 field goal attempts as well. Like Mason Shipley to have 2 field goal attempts. I mean, I think Texas should score in every damn play, but if you just say like, all right, let's just go ahead and try it and see what happens. There, Mark Anthony, thank you so much. You got paid. You got paid today, Mark. You got paid today. Well, I was like, man, I'm gonna drop video on Unk. I'm gonna go out, man. You got Mark Ann's gonna have a fantastic weekend, man. So thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. You're definitely one of the you guys y'all are tripping right now. Y'all like 100 yards, extra field goals, drop 70. You're not wrong either, by the way. It goes back to what Mark, by the way. Here's the only reason why I say field goals. I just don't want to wait until Florida, Oklahoma, Georgia to see, okay, can Mason Shipley do the damn thing? I just want him to have just a little bit of runway. Just try it now. We saw that he hit a 47-yarder. Kickers are weird. I want to make sure that he feels comfortable. That's it. Eliminate the penalties. That last week was atrocious. That was BS. You can't do that again. That lack of and a lot of those penalties were on the offense, which was the crazy part. I don't want to see that crap again. Can you eliminate it to 0? Of course not. That's kind of hard to do, right? Then you should be able to destroy UTEP. That's not the question. I'm not saying you won't destroy UTEP. I'm saying who's going to destroy that. I think that's my thing, guys. It's not that will Texas destroy them. They're going to destroy them. That's going to happen. The question is who, and that's where I don't know if CJ Baxter is going to get 10 to 12 carries, right? I don't know if all these guys are going to get that many touches because the goal is going to be to play as many guys as possible. So, anyway, back to the penalties, y'all. Y'all fired up today. I like it. Back to the penalties. I like to get this thing down about 3, 5 at the absolute most. But you can't have double digits. That's absolutely ridiculous. By the way, y'all, just so you're clear and we all clear, one of my things that I want to see is I want to see this game over by halftime. I don't need to see Arch Manning. I wanted Arch Manning to get the reps last week. but it became reps by necessity and reps not by option. I wanted it to be by the option. Hey man, I just wanted you to say like it's 60 something points. I'm just keeping Arch in for fun. I didn't want it to be because the offense wasn't clicking and you still wait for it to happen. That's not how I saw that playing out. So put this game away by halftime. I don't need to see it. I don't not now. I just need to see Arch a little bit in the third quarter. Give me Matthew Colwell in the third. Give me KJ Lacey in the fourth, or Trey Owens, whoever the hell. It is what it is. But this needs to be a name your own score kind of thing. I need this game over by halftime. I need us to just to say, all right, I'm going to halfway watch this game. We're going to watch some of these other games. I'm going to check out the post game. And then we're going to keep it moving. I want this game over by halftime. And number five. Y'all know who it is. Take the points. Sark! Take the points! Just take it. Practice. Just practice it. If for some reason, and I don't know if it will happen, but if for some reason you have an opportunity to kick a 40-yard field goal, it's 4th and 7, I don't know. Your running backs just slipped on 3 straight plays. Bad turf, I don't know. Just practice taking the points. I know you're not going to do it. I know it's not going to happen. Take! So, I know he's not going to do it. I'm going to say it every week, though. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to say it every week. Take the points. I was messing around with stuff today, man. I got to be honest with you. I was like, oh, snap, I could upload GIFs. I was just doing it, man. It's Friday. It's Fun Friday. It's Fiesta Friday. I was just messing around with some stuff, y'all. I'm super excited for the weekend. Post-game show for the bathroom. That was interesting. That was interesting. Sorry. No, yeah, I know. Y'all are funny. Y'all want to go for the 4th and 7. Y'all don't care. But if you go for a 4th and 7, you don't make it. There's a bit like Sark never takes the points, right? Anyway, the time I'm supposed to do like 30-minute shows, I've gone over. It's Friday. I'm in a good mood. Friday's a fun Friday for me. So this weekend, so Big Boi's in concert, y'all. Big Boi's in concert, which is interesting, by the way, because I was, so Big Boi's here. By the way, we're at the fun part of the show. Football's kind of done. So I was thinking about Big Boi, and I was like, I wonder what that concert's going to look like over on Saturday, because when I think of Big Boi, I think of him with like Andre 3000, and I think of him with like Tip, and I think of him like with Trick Daddy, right? And so I'm trying to think, like, when I think of like the Big Boi, all the Big Boi hits, I always think about him with somebody else. So I'm wondering, like, will he just have another rapper out there who's rapping the other verses for some of his biggest hits? I'm just kind of curious, like, what that's going to, look like, the Big Boi concert on Saturday. I know you guys are going to be out there on that lawn or not, but I was curious about that. Let me check it out. My kids, I got a busy weekend. My kids got a game. My youngest son has got a football game Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So I will get a chance to check that out. My oldest son's got soccer at noon, but I won't get a chance to check that one out. But he also plays on Sunday at noon, so we'll get a chance to check that one out as well. So I will. I will be in dad mode, all those kind of modes, trying to watch certain things. Trying trying to be a dad as well. But you know, man, it's low key, man. I'm going to say this, like Stephanie kind of alluded to it. Yeah. Oh, did I give a prediction? I did. Oh, shoot. I didn't give a prediction. Hold on. Here's my prediction. I wrote it down. I sent it to Jason the other day. I should have put it in here. My prediction is I went Texas. Hold on. I'll put it up for here for you. I could do it real easy. Hold on. Real quick. We're at the the final part of the show. This is don't take anything too serious. All right, here it is. See how easy that is? It should be Anwar's prediction. I went Texas 55. There you go. Texas 55, UTEP 6. I'm not gonna give UTEP a lot of stuff. I hope Texas scores more than that. I hope they score more than that. I hope it's like 70. Quite honest with you, I need 70. I need some of my prize picks to hit a little bit higher. I need some of the mores to hit. I'm doing okay with my prize picks, but I could do a little bit better. I'll go on 55-6. Could be a little bit more than that though. Listen, this weekend I'm going to absolutely be spending time with my family. Want you guys to do it as well. You know, as we close out the show, you know, I always say the same thing, right? I always tell y'all guys, live each day like it was your last, because one day it will be. And you know, this week served as a kind of a reminder for that. Nobody get political. Nobody talk about your views or anything like that. Don't bring the show into that direction, right? But I honestly want everybody to go out. See you, Money B. I just want everybody to go out and just when I say it, just understand that life is short, life is precious. So everything that y'all do, I want y'all to go out and have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your family. When I say, oh, do something special for yourself, like, man, you just never know. Okay. So I want everybody to go out and have a fantastic weekend. And Money B, my homie, we're going to close you out on this one. In honor of your birthday weekend. Birthday. It's your birthday. If I die, bury me inside a Louis store. In honor of my birthday weekend, Texas fight. They better cover or Sart will see me after the press conference. Okay, Money B. I just so anybody watching, Money B, he just playing. He just playing, y'all. I don't need anybody to go track him down. I don't want you to get hemmed up, Money B. Hey, man, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Money B. All right, everybody, on the count of 3, let's do it for Money B. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy Wait, y'all, everybody don't know that song? All right. We'll do one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Money B. Happy birthday to you. Now back to happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. All right, Money B. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Money B, does that make you a Libra? You're not a Libra, though. I think you're on the cusp. So you probably whatever's before the Libra. But man, have a good weekend, man. Listen, no matter what, no matter what, Money B, hey, Money B, here's my thing. Whatever you want to do for your birthday, go out there and do it. Okay, go out there and do it. Don't wait for nobody else. Listen, Money B, ain't nobody gonna buy you a birthday cake. Then go out there and go out to HEB, get yourself a cake, light up a little candle, blow that thing out, and say, man, happy birthday to myself, because my life is precious. Man, you just never know. And so I want you to go out, have a fantastic weekend, and celebrate your birthday weekend. I used to be one of those people, like, I hated, like, oh, it's my birthday month. I'm like, you know what? If you want to have your birthday month, it is what it is. Go out there and celebrate it, Money B. You deserve it, man. Everybody else, go out and celebrate yourself too. All right? Go out, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it. I will be here this weekend Um, we're on the post game show, and I'll be here on Saturday as well. Everybody go out and enjoy themselves, man. Now I've gone way over what I was supposed to go, but I don't care. I'm enjoying it. I know you meant Aquarius. I'm enjoying it. It should be good. You know, Texas is gonna you should hopefully we see a lot of different players that are out there, and hopefully Money B, by the way, how old are you? Out of curiosity. My guess is you're probably like 24 or 25. But before we go, how old is Money B? I remember those young years, boy. Golly. Some dumb years too. Goodness gracious. I've done some dumbass things in my life. And in my 20s, those are some dumb years, man. So, they you know, 20 Paxton's 26. Rodolfo, I know he was at the Young Boy concert over the weekend. He's there. Money B, tell me how old you are, bro. I ain't got time for all this. Tell me how old you are. I'm holding up the show to tell me. I ain't playing no guessing games. How old are you, Money B? You over here, 38? 38. That's still young. That's still young. That's still really young. When you that's by the way, the older you get, your definition of young starts to change. So 38, that's a good age. That's a good age. That's an age where you really should be starting to come into your own. You should be kind of at that point in life where you kind of tired of BS, and you should be kind of settling down. Guys age, we took a little bit longer than the ladies do, but so by late 30s, you should kind of be past a lot of the bull BS, the drama, all those kind of things. You should be ready to kind of settle down in life and all those little things, right? So I'm good. Congratulations to you, man. Enjoy it. All right, that's it. That's it. That's it. Hope you've learned some good lessons by the time you get 30. I wish I'd known that it was your birthday. I would have come up with some unc's wisdoms, some wisdoms that I could have imparted into you after all those things. I'll tell you a couple of things. I'm going to tell you a couple of things, Money B, as you get to this stage of life. Okay, a couple of things. First of all, never let anybody borrow something that you're not willing to give away. Don't let people borrow anything from you. If you can give it, give it. Don't let, because you start borrowing stuff, it's gonna have problems and things in life too. There's never need to ever lie about anything. When it comes to women, anything like that, there's somebody for everybody. So those things there, your credit is important. The credit cards, don't get them, rip them up, cut them up, never touch them. Get yourself some sort of property, and then when you get finally buy something, buy yourself an investment property. Just sit on it for a little bit of time. And right now, man, you should just be enjoying your life. Travel, see the world. Just see the world, see what's out there. Just get out there, see what's out there outside of Texas, outside of Mexico. I'm talking about, like, get your passport, stamp that thing, go to different places in this world, see what's out there, broaden your horizons, and travel. Even you, Court. I was thinking about you the other day, Court, and you traveling. Was it earlier this year? You're due for another trip, and you don't need to be waiting. So get out there and travel and enjoy your life, and then don't settle. Find yourself someone special if you can. But if you can't, don't let yourself be defined by that. But go if you can. I mean, I'm me. I'm at the age where I need somebody. We're gonna wear matching Carnival Cruise Line. We're gonna go to Carnival. We're gonna wear matching outfits. That's what I want. But if you ain't there yet, then don't settle for it. And another thing, last thing I'm gonna tell you is pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health. Pay attention to your health. I was talking to my brother the other day, and I was like, we were talking, and I was like, man, I don't need no surface. I told him, I was like, I don't need no surface conversation with you. How's your health? I'm tired of surface conversations with people. And we don't ask people like, when's the last time you went to the doctor? When's the last time you got a checkup? Right? I need all those things. So anyway, now I rambled. Happy birthday to you, Money B. And enjoy, everybody else enjoy your weekend. All right. I will definitely be on the post game show. Um, but it's Friday. It's Fun Friday. Everybody go out there, enjoy your life. Okay. And by the way, if you're going to complain in the comments, you're not enjoying